and a lot of people comment on the two-tone color.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the kind of the silver topper matches
the rims.
wheels, the chrome bumpers that everyone
Yeah.
hates.
Yeah.
But I'm a Cowboys fan, so.
There you go. Right on. So this is my buddy Logan, who I met at Overland Expo, and after talking to him a little bit, he decided to come up here. We did a walkthrough on the Sunraider, but he's got a very unique story, and he's also got a pretty cool Tacoma where he's been traveling himself for how long now?
Only 3 weeks.
3 weeks right now, but he has plans of traveling a year. So let's check out and talk to him, check out his story.
Yeah, so my name's Logan. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I decided to take a 1-year trip. I'm doing 4 months in the States here in my Tacoma, and then I'll do 8 months out of the country.
What year's your Tacoma?
This is a 2007.
Okay.
I got it in 2020, and I've done a couple road trips with it. And by road trips, I mean going from Tennessee out to the West US. So yeah, I'm a backpacker, and so I kind of take a lot of that mentality and put it into how I design my camping setup in my truck. So it's pretty super simple. Like when I get to camp, pull out my 5-gallon water tank, and then I might pull out my camp chair. Now I'm set up for camp. That's pretty much it.
Very simple, very minimalist.
Yeah. And then this is the kitchen, man. This is kind of everything here. My favorite little hack is a basic cafeteria tray. So I can set a bunch of little things on here. All I have to do is pick up the tray, and then you have access to the tailgate pretty fast. So that's something I thought of, over the years using this simple setup. I don't have a big fold-out stove. Most people are going to think I'm totally crazy. This is a backpacking stove. This is the BRS. And it pops on your propane. This is my stove, man. And I make a lot of my meals just using water in my cooking pot. If I want to fry some eggs or whatever, I have, a little pan, some olive oil and some spices and things like that in here. And the way I kind of designed this is, these are things I already had. On my previous trips, I've only done, I think maybe a month and a half was my longest trip before this. So doing 4 months is a little bit longer, of course, but it's the exact same setup. The only thing I've added this time is a bicycle. And
Surly bicycle, by the way.
Yep.
We both have Surleys.
Yeah, this is a gravel bike that is new to me. I'm a cyclist, but I ride road bikes mostly.
Gotcha.
And that's what I've done for years and years. And so getting a gravel bike for this trip I knew was pretty essential so that I could take it on some trails.
And besides using the bike for exercise and stuff, this guy yesterday morning was pumping some serious iron that he keeps with him in here too.
Yeah, I take on the road 2 30-pound kettlebells, and I keep those stored very intentionally in this bin way in the back here. I have 2 30-pound kettlebells.
Nice.
And I keep those stored low and up to the front near the cab. In this crate right here, you see, I have my phone charging. This is the EcoFlow battery, and I use some foam at the base and behind it here so that it is super sturdy. If I'm rattling around, this battery doesn't go anywhere.
Nice.
This is a really simple little USB fan.
Oh, nice.
I love this little thing. So if it's a little warmer, I can kind of hang it up on the ceiling here. I can place it wherever I need. I keep my Kindle in here, of course. And this is something that I really enjoy having around. It's super nifty. Just a little temperature gauge, and it tells you in the past 24 hours your humidity and the temperature.
Oh, nice.
So it's been funny here in Arizona where one day I think the low for a 24-hour period was 48 degrees, and the high was 108. So that was down in southern Arizona.
Which you were down before you came up here.
Yeah, I
Cool.
was down in Saguaro and Tucson area
Nice.
before I came up to Flagstaff and met you.
Tell me why you came to Arizona in your travels.
Yeah, so I spent most of my 20s road tripping, and I've spent a lot of time in Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, and some of the Pacific Northwest. So on this trip specifically, I designed it to go through states that I hadn't spent a lot of time in. So that's like Arizona. I'm going to take the highway east of the Sierras up in California and go through Tahoe into Boise and spend a lot of time in Idaho and potentially Montana. Next to the kettlebells down here, this is my tool bag. So it's an old canvas bag. Yeah, this is a neat little bag. I've been using this for years. So this truck I also use for work. I've worked in television the last 7 years. And before that, I was a reporter and a photographer for a small community newspaper.
Very cool.
And this tool bag I've had for quite a while now, and it's so nice just to have a little tool roll in here. You know, kind of have everything I need. Very compact, very simple.
I love tool rolls.
Yeah.
I use them for everything.
Yeah, Brad's got them all over his rig.
Yeah.
This
is his bed platforms. This is basically just talk us through this, how you've got this set up.
On previous trips, I had, so as most people know, the Tacomas have these little cutouts, right, for a 2x4 that can go straight across. So if you look on this side, you can see that
You've utilized that
right
through there. Oh, very cool.
And on the back, I have a board that runs all the way across, right?
Okay, that's where your power station.
It's resting just on a
Is
2x4. Yeah, so on my previous trips, I had this 2x4 run all the way across on both in the back and the front.
Gotcha.
And so I modified it to fit the bike in here now.
Yep.
And I just used some little corner braces. In order for this to not slide out that direction, right? Because there's nothing
holding that in.
pushing it towards the wall here. I just put in a couple screws on this little thin piece of board, and then the bed platform is this bigger piece of plywood here.
Yep.
And I carpeted it. This is some outdoor, like patio rug.
Gotcha.
So it's meant to get dirty and wet and whatnot. This is nice if you have any metal on the side of the bed there. I just use these little clip magnets. And
That could be handy for a lot of things.
all of my lighting is just battery powered, rechargeable. This is from Harbor Freight, super bright.
Yeah.
And it has a magnet on it. So, and then to lock the window here from the inside, you know, from the outside, obviously you can use a key and lock it up, but from the inside you can't do that. So what I do, have some vice grips, and they pop up in like this, and then when you lock it from the inside, I just simply clamp that on there, and now this thing is not going anywhere. You just got to make sure it's tight.
Yeah.
And then I added a piece of just some Velcro command strip, actually.
So we can keep it nice and handy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go anywhere.
This isn't kind of neat. I wanted a little bit of extra table spaces because all I have is the tailgate, right?
Mm-hmm.
This just sits in here with gravity.
Oh, nice.
So there's some Velcro.
Yep.
And it just,
Very cool.
you know, rests right in there. So I worked in television for 7 years, and on set, we often use this roll of black fabric called duvetine. And so I had some left over from a couple shoots and cut a couple strips of these to use for my curtains.
Oh, there you go.
So these are designed in film to completely block out light.
Yep.
And if I, you know, put them on all 4 windows in here, it is pitch black in the daytime. Yep. And then to adhere these to the, I just added some like heavy duty Velcro strips.
Nice.
Just cut some little squares.
Yeah.
And they pop right on there real easy.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the studios I used to work in, we used to call those gobos and flags.
Yeah. Oh yeah, flags
Yeah.
for sure. I don't know if you can see, I have 2 foam pads. Yeah, those are my backpacking pads. Of course, I only bring one usually when I'm on trail, but it's nice to have a backup.
Nice.
And those act as my camp chairs if I'm backpacking. I just throw it on the ground anywhere you want, take a nap in the middle of your hike. And the mattress itself is memory foam.
With temperatures.
Oh my gosh, it stays so warm, man. It stays so warm. You know, it's all carpeted on the inside.
Yeah.
When it's all closed up, it's very, you know, good sealed up.
Not a lot of dust back here.
No.
And there's pretty dusty roads where we're traveling.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well,
it's got a nice seal to it.
When I added this tailgate insert, you know, the stock Tacoma tailgate inserts have these ribs, and they can get pretty annoying to cram in your knee on there, or if you set a drink on it, sometimes they spill over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I added this insert that I actually found on Etsy.
Oh, nice. Heck yeah.
This company, Tailgate Tables, I think it's called. And the added benefit of that, when I added the insert, it created a better seal all along here.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
So with the stock one, there was a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
And now with this insert, it completely seals this up.
Right. Gotcha. And he's got this nice thick bed mat in between here too, which I'd imagine helps to keep the cold from coming through.
Oh, I tell
the bottom
everybody,
side.
Brad, I tell everybody, a Tacoma bed mat for your truck. You can buy it straight from the dealer for $100, probably more now, but that's what I paid.
Yeah, right.
It is absolutely essential.
Yeah.
Because this composite is very slippery stuff.
Yes.
So before that, when I was using my truck for work, I would have to strap everything down, or else it would be sliding all over the place.
Right.
You get that mat, you put anything on there, it is not moving. And it's so nice that, you know, they're made by Toyota, perfectly around the wheel wells and everything.
Yeah, got a great, I mean, look at what he's got here for, I mean, his sleeping platform. He's got plenty of room up on this upper section to almost sit up, really, don't you?
Yeah.
Pretty close.
I can sit up totally. The only issue is that when my hair's like this, creates a little bit of a problem.
Gotcha.
But I'm not very tall, so absolute essential.
Do you carry a lot of stuff then? Because you have what's called the crew cab, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have that extra space in there. Do you lose a lot of that space also for what you don't have back here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I keep that pretty minimal, but we'll take a look at that. These are essential, man. Get one of these little gas station blankets. It's so nice to just pop it on the tailgate, you know, have a little bit of cushion. I throw it in my camp chair.
Yep.
Keep a little bit of warmth on your butt. These things are fantastic because you can just throw them around. They can get dirty. You know, it's so nice to have a little, I call them the gas station blanket.
Or just take a trip to Mexico and pick up one.
Yeah, made in Mexico, that's right. So, you know, obviously you don't want to put a person back here because it's so tiny.
Yeah.
And this is going to surprise a lot of folks, I think. This is my cooler.
Wow.
4 months, just that little cooler.
And this really goes to show you how, this is a year-long trip. This really goes to show you how you can minimally just take whatever you have. If this life is really for you, because sometimes we get all excited, you go to Expo or you watch other people and they're doing this incredible, what you think is their incredible life, that they're traveling and working or whatever they do. And you go and you invest all this money into some, you know, gaudy rig or whatever and find out that it isn't for you. So just get out, take whatever you have, get out in the woods. We saw CRVs coming up here.
Yeah.
All kinds of vehicles. Just come up for 3 days, do some backpacking things, whatever your likes and dislikes are, and see how you like it before you invest into things like this. And, you know, even we got some friends over here that got some pretty nice setups too. So take what you got and enjoy. And I'm seeing a skateboard. Heck yeah, buddy.
Yeah, the skateboard is something that surprises a lot of people when sometimes I'll stay in campgrounds if I'm not out here in the dispersed camping in the backcountry. And I love to roll through campgrounds with a skateboard. And it's an easy way to meet some people in the campground, and an easy way to see the place. And also, I love going through towns and cities. So as much as I love getting out here in nature, I'm a big city lover, and I love small towns as well. So if it's flat, I'll take this and cruise around.
Very cool.
Then I don't have to fool with getting the bike out if I'm just stopping for like a quick, you know, hangout. Yeah, so on this side here next to Brad, that's just clothes. That's all. This is some hats and beanies, and then this blue bin is just clothes. So that whole side is pretty much just clothes. And then I've got food and my cooler. Really, really simple.
Nice.
And then in the center here, shoes, and then this is some extra camera here.
Oh, okay.
And of course I have little pieces of cedar in my truck in different places to keep the bugs out.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was for.
And then this is my little trash can. I picked up this cup from a gas station literally years ago.
Oh, cool.
And I slapped some stickers on it so I remember not to throw it away accidentally. And you know, when I'm driving or whatever, this is my little trash bin and I can easily just dump it.
Now you can see you've definitely traveled minimally, and those are really good, by the way. Those
Walker's
cookies. Shortbread
cookies. The best. The best. Yeah, this it's funny, my passenger seat has just naturally turned into a shirt hanger. And then I have my laptop and, you know, some things I use to edit my videos. This is my toiletries bag. This is my little camera bag. And then I have some backpacks in here. I keep my camera, this is my DJI Action 4. I always keep it right here. Easy access. So if I'm driving, I can easily whip it out. And then I don't, you know, this truck is old, so it only has CD players. And no Bluetooth, nothing like that. So I added this little Bluetooth FM receiver, and it works amazing. And how it works is you just tune it to an empty FM station, and then you now have Bluetooth.
I will get a link for that and throw that on my Amazon link for you guys if you're interested. I think I might pick up one of those. Awesome, man. This is really cool. I love, like I said, the minimalist setup in this thing. But I love to see people who have experience at that minimalism and then how they apply it to their rig. That's really awesome.
Oh yeah, it's funny, man. There's definitely a process of feeling like I bring too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Even this.
Even with this. Yeah. And
yeah, because backpacking, I mean, you don't have a lot of room, for sure.
So like I said earlier, you know, this is pretty much just clothes. Hats and things. This is all my clothes in this blue box. And then in this canvas bag here, this is my backpacking stuff. So I have my pack in there and all my backpacking things. So it creates a nifty little pocket.
Oh yeah.
So we got the essentials. I have a fire extinguisher here.
Nice, okay.
An extended pole for my tarp.
Yep.
And I have some stakes in here. So that's easy access if I want to set up my tarp. I use this for backpacking as well.
Oh, nice.
So I often don't use a tent. I just sleep under a tarp.
Okay.
So it kind of doubles as an awning for camp with the truck, and then also my shelter when I'm backpacking.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also saw some trekking poles in there, it looked like.
Yep. I've got, trekking poles and some gloves. So everything kind of slides in really nicely right there.
Yeah, using every space available.
Oh, yeah.
And you have no lift or anything on your truck, it's just a standard Toyota Tacoma.
Yeah, totally stock. I have some off-road tires.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are called the Wranglers, Goodyear Wranglers.
Yep.
And they were only at Discount Tire. That's the only place that offered them. And I've been so happy with them. They don't have a lot of road noise. I really like them a lot. I haven't, noticed any slippage rolling down some trails.
Right.
I think the most important thing for a stock truck is just to know your limits. So.
Absolutely true. We were talking about that, the type of trails and stuff that he's been on and what he's been able to do with it and how capable a rig actually is like this. If you remember, I was with Scott last year and he had never been down the type of road that I took him down in his Tundra, and it's a very similar platform to this, and he was really surprised at what he was actually able to do with his truck. So, it's like you don't want to push the limits and get yourself in trouble, but you do want to learn what you can do especially when you got other people around, because then you can always get yourself rescued, if something happens. I did that at King of the Hammers with my buddy Phil. You guys can check that out. took a really crazy trail, but I knew I had all my buddies with me and winches and all that kind of stuff. And we did end up having some problems, and we did end up having to use the winch.
Thankfully, I haven't had to get myself out of a sticky situation
Yeah.
like that yet. I try to be pretty cautious.
Yeah, for sure. And that's smart.
A lot of people like to add a little pull handle for their tailgate, so when they get in the truck, they can easily pull it closed, right? This was something I had on an old water bottle, like a handle for a water bottle, if you can imagine. And so I just screwed it in here, real simple. This is from a keychain, from like an old set of keys. I added this on here. So it acts as a pull, right, for when I'm in the truck.
Right.
But there's a second use for it. And I really love multi-use items.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things that have multiple uses. So when this is closed, obviously the the top comes down and locks. But also for added security, I can slip this on here now. And then if you try to pull the tailgate open,
it only goes so far.
it's not going anywhere.
Nice.
Because this closes up and locks, of course.
Yep.
But if you were to if there was some thief that wanted to get to my bicycle, this does not lock. I have not added a locking piece here, which is probably not the smartest thing to do, but this added piece of security with the cable that I showed you is really just for if I'm in the backcountry for 3 days on a backpacking trip or something.
Yep.
I really don't worry about it other than that, and it's easy to get on and off.
Love looking at other people's ideas of how to travel, how to take the things that they already have, put it all together, and allow themselves to go do the things that they enjoy. And we're going to talk to him later about his story, some of the places that he's gone, and some of his philosophies that he's learned, and the travels that he's taking. And hope you guys stay tuned for that. That's going to be pretty cool to hear all about your story. Don't forget to check out the video we did with Logan and his story. And if you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, and follow our journey. Lily and I, we just genuinely like to have a good time, meet cool people, and do some cool adventures. If that's the kind of stuff you like, don't forget to subscribe.